Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Capricorn for the month of June 2021. I hope all my Capricorn friends are doing great out there. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that don't resonate. Only take what does and leave the rest. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Capricorn. In the past position, we have the Five of Wands, clarified by the Three of Cups. In the obstacle position, we've got the Four of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Cups. In the present position, we have Death, clarified by the Temperance. And in the future outcome position, we do have the Six of Swords, clarified by the Judgment. Very interesting spread, dear Capricorn. It does look like you're going to be getting rid of things in your life that you no longer need, that no longer serve you, and you're going to be moving forward to better shores, to better times, and leaving, pain that you've experienced in the past, actually in the past. So it's a really positive spread today, Capricorn. In the past position, you do have the Five of Wands, which of course is a card of disagreements, sometimes verbal disagreements, sometimes clashing of personalities where people kind of stand their ground and they don't want to compromise at all. But it's a better card than Swords because the Five of Wands doesn't have such animosity attached to it as the Swords would have. The Five of Wands is actually, definitely a card that can create some anxiety, that can create, feeling like left out, if you will. But the good thing about this card is, first, it's in the past position. So the most difficult parts are already behind you, and it's important to remember. And clearly this disagreement was associated with someone in your friend circle or someone that you consider to be a good friend. And when you have this combination, which is not the great combination to have, it is a little bit difficult because you're letting go of a friendship or distancing yourself from a friend, which can be sometimes difficult to have that experience. But the great thing is that this combination is actually in the past, suggesting to me that the worst actually has already happened. But when you have the Five of Wands coming up in a reading, to me it suggests that you may be still lingering about that disagreement, still looking back towards that disagreement and wondering to yourself, could you have done something differently? Could you have done something better? As well as, could that other person have done something better? And it could be that the other person didn't actually do anything. It could be that the situation itself was not conducive to working out. So that is also kind of important to remember. Now, in the obstacle position, we do have the Four of Pentacles clarified by the Five of Cups. The Four of Pentacles in the obstacle position suggests that you may be feeling, not as secure as you would like to feel, and as a result, you're holding too much onto materialistic things. And it's interesting that the pentacle here blocks the heart, the emotions that come from the heart. It's important to remember that your heart is a very powerful organ, and it's the smartest organ in your body, and it gives off that electromagnetic energy. And so when the emotions are suppressed, or the emotions are not being addressed, or the emotions are being covered by materialistic things, then definitely, you may find yourself kind of veering off course, and you need to readjust the path that you're moving down towards. That's why you've got the Death card in the present position. But going back to the Four of Pentacles, it's a card of holding on to things to kind of protect yourself and not have to address things that may be, important to address, and especially like emotions. So when you get the Four of Pentacles in the obstacle position, the main goal here is to do a lot of shadow work. You want to address uncomfortable emotions. You want to address uncomfortable things so that you can, incorporate them into yourself and be whole. Because only when you're whole, you're able to manifest things into your reality and pursue your dreams and goals and achieve them at a much faster pace, if you will. Now, the Four of Pentacles here is clarified by the Five of Cups. Definitely, when you have the Five of Cups in the challenging position, it actually has somewhat good qualities. The negative aspects of this card are minimized, and the positive aspects are starting to come out, which is good. I mean, the biggest message of this card is don't get too stuck on the negative. Sometimes when things don't go as we would like them to go, we kind of only see what's not going the right way, but it's important to also see the positive things. I heard someone talk about micro habits the other day. So some people actually have micro habits in their life. So first thing that you do in the morning is when you wake up, it's important to realize that you're grateful for the day ahead of you. Just sometimes being grateful for being alive is important. If you can come up with a list of many different things that you're grateful for, that's even better, because it helps you kind of start the date on the right path. And if you stick to the, positive outlook, which takes some training and it takes some courage and bravery and like I mentioned, training, and it's actually hard work because, as we go through our days, we want to keep, reverting back to that low vibrational kind of energy, but it's important to remember to stay away from that. The biggest thing about the Five of Cups is feeling emotionally drained. So the divine here suggests that you may want to take out some time for yourself and find healing and find peace, because remember, Capricorn, that all of us are constantly evolving. And as a result, we're constantly healing as well. Now, in the present position, we do have this amazing combination, Death and Temperance. Very powerful combination. And in June, you're going to be letting go of some things. Now, Death is all about transformation, and Temperance is all about balance. So Death is the reason the reason we see Death in our spreads, especially in the present position, that's when the divine is telling you that something needs to be let go of. Perhaps you have a specific outlook that's outdated, so you have to let go of it and, find a different vision or find a different way of looking at something. Death is known to be as transformation. So there is, no actual physical death. It's just energy goes from one space into another space. And so when it goes to that other different space, that's when rebirth and healing occurs. And it's important to remember that, this transformation that death brings also brings clarity. You're able to see things that you have not previously seen. And we do see the sun rising on the horizon, telling us that there's a new day coming, a better day, a more enjoyable day, So the times where you felt this past pain and kind of dwelled on perhaps a conflict, that perhaps you also feel guilt or regret or resentment stemming back to that past. It's important to let it go and move forward. So death helps us do that. Death helps us put the past behind us and move towards better shores, move towards better friends or better situations or better circumstances in our life as well. The Temperance kind of I like that it's in the clarifying position because it minimizes the, intensity of death, if you will, because Temperance provides us with patience, but also helps us create a better situation. It helps us get that healing that is very much important. I mean, the significance of Temperance is huge. You are slowly, putting yourself into new situations, and as a result, you're going to find new outcomes, and that's how change slowly occurs in our lives. Now, in the future outcome position, you do have the Six of Swords clarified by Judgment. This is a really wonderful combination, and it is also very strong. The month of June is going to be an intense month for you, Capricorn. The Six of Swords is all about forgiveness. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves. Sometimes we need to forgive people in our past and let them go. But it's also the Six of Swords. It's also about moving towards better shores. And you're not alone, because there are people in that boat. There are people who see your side of things and agree with you and support you and want to see you do well. So the Six of Swords is actually a really wonderful omen from the divine, suggesting that you're going to start feeling better, emotionally better. You're also going to start feeling mentally better. The intensity and the drama is slowly going away, giving you a better enjoyment of life, which is what all of us want. And Judgment is a reminder from the divine to take responsibilities for things that you do in your life, and also kind of forgiving yourself as well for things that have happened in the past, because you don't want to carry that burden everywhere that you go. We just had a full moon eclipse on May 26th. In Capricorn, for you, this means that you may be parting ways with pain you've been harboring within. There is a strong chance you've been holding on to wounds from your past because you're only human. Now is the time to engage in the necessary therapy, perhaps healing, spiritual rejuvenation that will set you free from these negative feelings. Set yourself free from the obstacles that you also help create. Sometimes all we need is to get out of our own way in order to be successful. Sometimes we overthink things. Sometimes we overly, do too much that is kind of unnecessary at times. So it's also important to remember. This is a really wonderful, strong spread, but let's see what we can clarify with the two mystical wisdom cards that I pulled. We've got Unicorn, invite serendipity, and face your fears, release the power of fear. This is a card that very much strongly corresponds to death. Everything that is coming your way, you are strong enough to handle. You are brave, you are smart, you are a God particle. The divine honors you, so make sure you honor yourself as well. And allow things to unravel naturally. When you don't, control sometimes people control a lot of aspects in their life. When you control things, it creates resistance and it works against you. Sometimes it's important to remember that you just want to let things unravel in front of you without having to constantly, direct the situation in the way you want it to go. Remember that the universe is much smarter than all of us, and it acts in mysterious ways. So it's important to allow serendipity into our lives. Let's see what energy oracle cards can tell us. And we have Door to Spirit and Woman Holding a Coin. What wonderful, amazing cards. Door to Spirit definitely is all about leveling up spiritually. This door opens onto truly unlimited potential. For the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of spirit and the magic and power of your true identity. And of course, the Woman Holding a Coin is all about connection, your connection with money. This card could signal that there is someone in your life, perhaps a mentor, perhaps a relative or a friend, that could help you and provide you with assistance regarding how you think about money, how you feel about money, your relationship with money, because there's so many different philosophies out there how to attract money into your life. And if that is something that is truly important to you, seek out that financial advice. Find someone who can provide you with assistance that you need in order to attract more money into your life. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Capricorn. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really appreciate all your feedback. It helps me to connect with your energies. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And again, thanks so much for visiting, and I will see you next time.